welcome to the first episode of The Grift, where I put dweebs in their place. But before we begin, again, do not like this video. I am still wanted for stealing my neighbor's cats. They keep on knocking, and I won't let them in. Now, I decided to create a show called The Grift, where I call out all grifters. I don't care what side of the SJW spectrum you lie on. If you're annoying me, if you're bashing video games just to bash video games, I'm gonna call you out in this show. And the thing is, I didn't want this type of content to ruin other videos when I just want to talk about video games. I don't want to include all this stuff that I talk about in this show. So I decided to do a dedicated show once a week where I gather all the bullshit and lay it all out. And this week, the usual suspects, Grummz and Smash JT, are out there spreading false information. False information about Assassin's Creed. Why? Because they got a hard-on for that game. There was a fake account out there who claimed to be a student of the University of Tokyo who studied the era of Japan where Assassin's Creed was taking place. But it turns out to be false. But before that, Grummz and Smash JT ran with the narrative, spreading false rumors all over Twitter, saying that this account got banned for trying to set the Twitter account of Assassin's Creed straight. Well, it turns out this guy, if you look during his old profile, there's pretty much doubt that he even went to the University of Tokyo and studied this era. It looks like he was just a troll account, and that's why he got banned. But Grummz and Smash JT don't stop to do the research. They just run with it, start spreading the rumor. Why? Because it fits their narrative. And there's a lot of that going around. They don't do the research. They just regurgitate each other's echo chamber. And that's what's going on. But that's not all. Before I get to the next part, here's a word from my sponsor. Thank you, American Cat Society, for sponsoring this video.
Dogs don't belong in restaurants, period. I had this discussion before on this channel. People were like, yeah, I see a problem with it being in the place where I'm eating. You willy-nilly bring a dog into a restaurant. People are eating in the restaurant. They don't want to see your big shaggy dog. No dogs allowed in a place where you eat. Well, why is that so hard for people to digest? The society of neutering dogs. Dogs have more rights than me. People don't like dogs. Dogs!
Thank you, American Cat Society, for sponsoring this video. Now they're complaining about flat butts again. Now in Call of Duty, it looks like they reduced the butt of this character. I'm not gonna lie, I like big butts. So I can understand the frustration, but it's not really a big deal. If you're there to play Call of Duty, you're there to kill. You're not there to stare at butts. Maybe the butt was in the way. I mean, look at it. It looks so glorious that I'm going to be looking at the butt when I shoot. So I can understand where they try to shave the butt off a little bit just so we can play the game. So I can look at the horizon and shoot those people. Now, see, this one I hear is a 50-50. You know, I can understand the frustration if you bought that asset for the asset and then they took it away. So you should be able to get a refund. But I really don't think it's a huge deal. Nothing to really be complaining about. But if you wanted to take the angle that this is wrong, then you fight for the refund. That's where you fight for the little man, you know. But when you just complain to complain and complain, all these little things like this kind of fall flat, at least in my eyes. Now, we're going to talk about the dweeb of the week. Anybody who watches this channel knows that I like to talk about whatever the hell I like to talk about. It might be Fallout, it might be Star Wars, it might be video games, it might be something that's going on in the world. I just make whatever I want to make. If you find something that you love, cool, you know, because I love it too, and that's why I'm talking about it. But here comes Rad Rob 4403, who tells me that I need to point out all the woke bullshit if I want to grow. And I quote, 50 views and not one thumbs up? If you want to grow on this platform, you might want to call out the woke bullshit in this video game industry. 100. Look, I told him I cannot imagine waking up and looking for all the negative stuff in video games, to look at all the fake woke stuff going on in video games. Just because you have black characters, gay characters, or stuff like that in video games doesn't make the game woke. This Out to Midnight featuring Hazel isn't woke. It's a game about a black lady in the South, but they're gonna call it woke. Why? Because that's what they do. See, I'd rather play and spend my time talking about video games and why I like them, not all the negative stuff about them. I mean, why would you want to go through life talking about negative stuff, looking for negative stuff all the time? Why would I want to sound my soul? I'm not Smash JT. So I'm never, ever gonna go woke, gonna start talking about woke stuff just so I can grow my channel. That would go against everything that I stand on. I talk about everything and anything that I want to talk about, and I always give my true and honest opinion, and I stand by my morals when it comes to everything that I do, including the videos I make. So for that, for telling other people how to run their channels, Rad Rob gets Dweeb of the Week. So that is the first episode of The Grift. I'm gonna call out all these fools every week because there has to be the other narrative. There has to be a counterbalance that shows these dweebs that all this little nitpicking and shit in video games doesn't really matter. Yeah, we might talk about it, but for the vast majority of gamers and people out there, they don't know and they don't care. There's other shit they'd rather deal with. When they play their video game, they just want to escape. And there's people like you who are game haters who want to ruin the experience for everyone. You ain't gonna do it for me. That's been this episode of The Grift. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.